Pilko, what's up, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're just gonna have a little chit chat video, and I thought I would give a few tips to any new freshers that are going in and what I would like to have known before I went to uni and while I was in uni. So if you are currently in uni, you might want to hear this too. So if you're interested in that, just stick around. So I'm going to give you so many tips here that I genuinely wish I had known, because I'll be honest, I didn't have the best time at uni. Some of it was like I met some great people, but overall kind of regret it. But let me get into it. My first tip, which is the tip my sister gave me, was join societies. Join societies, sports groups. I joined quite a few, and in some way it was great because I always had something to do, always had friends, but sometimes you would have to pick. So in some ways it was bad. So my main ones I joined were 2 societies. I joined drama group and a musical theatre group, and I also joined the hockey girls. Now I would have to pick sometimes, but honestly some of the girls got me through that, got me through all 3 years. I wouldn't have got through them with some other girls, especially my hockey girls, but there was a few in the other ones as well. I generally, my first year especially, we just do so much together. We'd have so many activities, we'd have so much, like if you were bored or upset, message them and they would be there no matter what. And I would notice that would be more with my society people. There were some people who were in my society but also in my group, so as in like my subject and my degree, but it was very different when you're in society. So that would be my first tip. My second tip, which sounds really harsh, but your tutors don't personally care about you. And if you want to do better, you need to find yourself to find better. I had some really great tutors, and they do want you to be successful in some way, but at the end of the day, they're not going to remember you. They don't care about you when you go home, when they go home and everything like that. So in that respect, they do not care. They do care in some ways, but they're not going to help you out to get the better grade most of the time. They're not going to be that overall for you, and that's okay. There is people there to help you, people in your course. If you speak to, sort of another tip, speak to people in your second and third years. That really helped me, and I got that mostly from my societies. So again, to tip 1. But that helped me more than my tutors really did. But yeah, and it's not saying they don't care about you whatsoever, it's just a different kind of care, and they have got so many students to look after that they can't give you as much time as you probably would need and you've had from other groups and other schools. Okay. Number 3 would be, do not do dual honours. I did drama and pop music for the first 2 years, and then I dropped popular music. Honestly, it might have got a bit better, but we had bunching, and we had every year they wanted to ban the bunching. And bunching basically means when you have multiple assignments due at once. And my second year got really bad. I had 4 due in 1 week and 2 on the very same day. Now, I got a little bit lucky. My music group were basically, no, we've only given you 2, and that's not that bad, which is still a lot, but doable. And I went to drama, and they did say the same thing, but in a lot nicer way. And because I had help, so I have dyslexia and dyspraxia and autism, because I had that, I had a plan that I could get extra time. So it was a little complicated, but I managed to get an extra 4 weeks for my 2 drama ones because your tutor had to sign off for it as well, and he was totally happy to do that. because I just couldn't cope. You get about realistically 6 weeks, which does sound like a long time, but when you're doing 4, that's not a long time. So I managed to do the 2 in the 6 weeks, and then I had 4 weeks just to do the last 2, which was still a struggle, but a lot easier. The next tip would be find a good balance. Especially this is the 2nd and 3rd years. Find a balance, because you need to be going out, you need to be socializing, but do you need to be doing it all the time? You need to be studying, and this is something I didn't always do. My thing is I regret going my 3rd year. I kind of was thinking about dropping after my 2nd year, and something I should have done. But you need to find a really good balance of studying, but also not studying too much. My sister had a really great point of view. She got a 2-1, and when I went into it, she was like, I really could have got a 1st. Maybe she should really try, but then she wouldn't have had so much fun, and she wouldn't have had great memories. Whereas she had a friend who got a 1st who was stressing about it all the time, but she needed a 1st with her one. Really, my sister didn't. So unless you really need a 1st, is it worth it? And I'm not saying a 1st is really great to get, but is it better to have loads of memories and a 2-1, or not really memories and a 1st? That's what I would say. And I got that with my sister, and that's why I joined societies, and I went out, like, not even just drinking. We'd go out bowling, we'd go out to the cinema, we would just stay up all night and chat. And generally, they are some of my best memories from uni. Like, my flatmate I lived with 3 years, we would have Domino's and Mario Party nights probably at least once a week, if not once a fortnight. And honestly, I will never forget their memories. They meant so much more to me than getting a degree. In your 1st year, just remember, as long as you pass, that's what matters. There was people who were stressing that they weren't going to get really good grades, blah de blah de blah, and some of them got 1st in their 1st year, and they're like 2-1s, 2-2s, because that's how they were. But they actually regretted trying to do that much because they didn't have fun, and they didn't have as much time, and they didn't get the friends that you do in your 1st year. You get more friends in your 1st year than you do any year, trust me. But they didn't have that because they tried to get it 1st, when realistically is not needed. If you want to get it, go for it, but it's not needed. So maybe not go for just a pass, but go for like a 2-2, 2-1. You're still getting a good grade, but it's just not that 1st, and you're having fun. And mine was the best year. My 1st year was my favourite year by far, and I don't regret not getting a 1st in my year. I probably wouldn't have got a 1st anyway, but I do not regret having fun and making the friends I did, because I got them and needed them for my 2nd and 3rd year. Now, I believe this is available for every year, but take advantage of the extra classes. So there was like essay writing and helping you like work on references, because having references is not always the easiest. It sounds easy, but then when you get a hang of it, it is easy, but getting a hang of it is not always the easiest. So take advantage at the beginning of the year that you have all the extra classes. They're normally free, so why not go? Okay, this one's gonna be a bit of a pot kettle black, but learn from my mistakes. Try and do a budget. Have fun, but try and do a budget. I did spend a lot of money, but try and make sure you're not in debt by the end. You're not in your overdraft. You've had fun. It is difficult, I know, but just do your very, very, very best. Next tip would be, do the thing that scared you the most. One of my biggest things is meeting new people, which yes happens, but also doing stuff by myself. And my, I think second week I joined my societies, and the chair of the musical theatre society said she was having a party at her flat. And did anyone go? I messaged every one of the first year that I made friends with who was part of the musical theatre society, and none of them wanted to go, but I was like, I really kind of want to go. So I did a comment that was just not a stupid comment, but like a question for the person on Facebook, and she replied and was like, okay, well, I have to go now. And I went, and then there was a bunch of third years there, so I met a load that was doing both drama and popular music, so that really helped. I met obviously the head of the chair of musical theatre society, but the chair of the drama society that I just joined as well. So I was chatting with them one night, and it was so fun, but it scared the heck out of me. And I remember my chair for musical theatre coming up and saying, I was so proud of you, just a little first year going in. And I'm like, yeah. And genuinely, it scared me so much, but I did it. And it sounds stupid now looking back, but it was scary. Going into a room of people who were very close, who I'd pretty much not met before. But yeah, I genuinely think I could have done anything. Next tip would be get to know people in your group, in your course, especially for someone like who is doing like a vocational course. So I did drama, and there would be times in my third year that we would do group performances, and you would have to know them and get along with them and all that kind of thing. And I, luckily, most of the people I knew quite well, and we got along, but there was one that I really didn't know whatsoever, and I didn't know her style, she didn't know mine. To be honest, a lot of us didn't know her, so it was just working it out. But to have friends in your group would be a lot easier, because there's always going to be group assignments, and group assignments are easier together than by yourself in a lot of the time. Don't be stubborn like that, I just like to do all by myself. And yeah. The next tip would be, if you don't like something, in the easiest way, don't do it. If you're deciding that maybe this is not the side for me, then don't do it. So if you're deciding that uni is not for you, quit. Honestly, I wish I did this one. I wish I stopped in my second year. It was something I was really thinking about. I wasn't mentally ready to do my third year, and I wish I had taken a step back, and I would have another 2 years to finish off my degree, as in I had another 2 years of free education. So I could have waited a few more years and taken a breather and been like, okay, I'm ready to do it now. When I was probably about 25, 26, I felt like I was ready to go back to uni, and I didn't have them 2 years to do it anymore. So I should have just waited and felt mentally ready, because I genuinely wasn't. And third year, I kind of wasted. I probably should have done a lot better, but I just wasn't mentally ready. I wasn't ready to do it. But not just that, if you are thinking that this is not the right place to be, whether it's a group of people you're with, whether you're in a flat that you don't want to be in, you might have to wait a certain amount of time, but you can get away. No one is stuck with you. My final one will be, uni doesn't last forever. Whether you don't like it or you do, it doesn't last forever. So try and make the best memories you can. Try and get them both out of your education, out of your societies, and see what you can do. Learn as much as you can and have fun. If you don't have fun and you don't learn, what was the point? But yeah, they are my, I don't even know how many tips of which stuff I would like to know if I was at uni or went to uni again. So I hope you found this helpful and somewhat educational, I don't know. But yeah, let me know where you're going to uni, what you're doing, and what year you're in, if you are. Or if you went to uni, let me know what you did. But I'll see you guys soon.